Hello everyone, this is Debbie from Ink and Page, and I'm here today with a new Junk Journal July video. Today is day 18 and we are on Postcard. So if you would like to get the free printables that I'm about to use, just go ahead and sign up in the description below and you will get a link to download everything that you need for this project. Every email that I send out for this has all of the downloads in it. So if you miss something or you think you've missed something, don't worry. Every email you get will have every single download in it. Okay, so if you don't get, if you think you didn't get something, just check there's like a little grid in the middle of the email that has all the downloads. And I always put the newest one at the top and the oldest ones at the bottom. Okay, all right, so that's that. Okay, so today we are going to be working on Postcard. And for that, I thought it would be nice if we had some fussy cuts. Okay, so there will be a download in the email today that will contain this sheet of fussy cuts as well as this sheet of stamped images. And then I did do a couple of words and some phrases here at the bottom. I just wanted to have these extra bits for today because I know that not everybody has like a stamp collection, right? So I didn't want anybody to feel sad or left out. You know, one of the main reasons I do these printables, the way that I do them, is just to level the playing field, right? Not everybody has everything. So this is like my contribution to the world of crafting. It is just trying to give you guys a basic level of stuff that you can use to make a journal, no matter who you are, no matter where you are, you know. So that's why I did these stamped images on here, okay? And then I thought it'd be nice to have some words. I just did some simple ones and then some simple poems here, or phrases from poems that are just inspiring to me. And, you know, I love my journal to be a place that I can go to get that inspiration or to get that like reassurance that, you know, this one says good things happen, love is real, we will be okay. And I want my journal to be like, it will be okay, you know, when I go to it. So like, that's kind of what I was trying to reflect in here today. So hopefully you guys will find this stuff useful. One of the things that I put in the main kit were the one that was downloaded on Monday. There was a full page of postcards that had just multiple sizes of postcards, right, on it. And so I thought we would make some clusters out of these today. Okay, so what I did here is I went in and I printed 2 on 1 page, okay? I find the easiest way to do this is to just pick 2 5x7s, like in Windows, like when you're printing like a JPEG, which is how I did this. You can just pick 2 5x7s and then it puts 2 on a page and you're good to go. I think if you go into Adobe, you can print 2 copies of the same page on 1 page. So you just have to go into your options and look, and it should be there. Okay, so that's how I got these tinier versions of these postcards. So I didn't want you guys to be like, where did she get those? Just because I wanted to have a big variety of sizes, because I wanted to have all kinds of stuff to use. And I printed an extra page like of this collage page, and I put this on the back of it. And for the butterflies, I think I put the collage page on the back of that, and then for the postcards I put the script backgrounds on the back. So just so you know what I did. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to use like this on the reverse side. I might be able to. I did do one big butterfly, and then, you know, as you can see here, the rest are like, you know, I just did a variety of sizes. For some reason, I was just feeling the butterflies, the moons, who knows, right? Okay. So let's get ourselves started. I think what I would like to do today is just work on some clusters. We have what we've done with the, we have the little journal cards that we did the other day. I have mine, most of mine are in that little bundle. I think I have a couple of loose ones. I have the words, I have the little phrases, So I figure we can just kind of use what we have here and build up some cute little clusters with the postcards for inside the journal, sorry. Okay, so the other thing I thought might be cute is to use one of these bigger ones. I'm not sure which one. And turn it into like a little book for inside our journal. So I thought those are the like 2 projects that we would do today. Make ourselves a little postcard book like this and some clusters. Okay, so I'm going to start with the clusters and then we'll just go on to the postcard book. I did get some stamps out. So like I said, if you don't have any stamps, please feel free to take advantage of these. You can use them as squares, you can fussy cut them, you can layer them. If you print them out on a lightweight paper, you know, that's good for collaging. Okay, so let's see what I want to do here with these guys. Okay, I love this one because it's got this nice staining on it. And I'm just going to get my stuff so I can see it. I think... oh, I also included the Emily Dickinson Hope is the Thing with Feathers because, you know, I love that one. And I can't make a kit without including it. So, and then the other one is E.E. Cummings, and it's I Carry Your Heart With Me. I carry it in my heart, which is just the most, I don't know. That is the sweetest thing. Okay. So I'm just going to rough this guy up here, and I'm going to start with this and see what happens. Because I'm not 100% sure. Like, I just kind of gathered up some stuff. I have some, like, fabric bits and, you know, my usual suspects are here. This is the kind of thing that is just really fun to just sit down and see what happens. I did think that maybe I could, let's see, I might stamp on this. I'm not sure like about my sizes here, but I'll just work with it and see what happens. Let's see. Okay, I just had a bit of an interruption. My apologies here. I got a little off track, but okay, so what I was going to do is start with this and work this into a little cluster with my postcard here. So I have a bunch of different stuff. So I think I'm just gonna, actually, you know what I'd probably do is look at what I have as well, because a cluster can be on anything, right? Anything can be the base for a cluster. So we could use one of our little tags or anything like that. So like if I'm going to work on a set like this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of try to map out what I'm going to work with, and like it'll move around and change, you know, as I do it. But like I just want to get an idea of what I'm going to use for what, you know, and then, you know, go on from there. Okay, so I would like to use this, I think, as a focal point in my journal. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save that. And then I have all these little bits and pieces. Like, you know, do I want to make a super tiny cluster out of some of these tinier ones? Like I could use 2 postcards together in one, you know, and that could be super, you know, cute. And let's see. I could use Rise on this one too. I'm just looking to see at what elements I have and how they go together. I know you guys sometimes like to know the thinking behind where the decisions that I'm making, and you know, sometimes there is thinking behind it and sometimes there isn't. You know, sometimes I'm just like, oh, that looks good together, and then I'll get distracted and go with that, you know. Or other times it has nothing, you know, I'll like actually have like a plan in my head. Sometimes those plans are okay, and then sometimes they're a complete disaster, you know. So I think I'm gonna, this is like, I think I'm not sure what this is. This is one of my linens from 1924 linens, but like I think it's like a piece of tablecloth or curtain. But this stuff is really great for like layering stuff. You know, it's like those weird fibrous papers that are all over the place, but better because it's fabric. And I mean, I prefer to work with this, and also I find, like, why are those papers so expensive is what I want to know. Like, they are so expensive. So, yeah, so that's why I like these. I like to have the real thing on here, and then I think I need something on my postcard, something else. I have a shocking lack of stamps with feathers on them, and the one that I do have is enormous. So, let's see what I've got. For a bird, maybe. I'm just going to ink around this guy. Alright, so put that guy here. We're going to definitely go with this here. Do I want color? Do I not want color? Do I want a stencil? Do I not want stencil? All these questions, right? And sometimes when I don't know the answer to them, that's when I'll just go move on to something else and like ink things for a while. And then like usually that will like help me, you know, figure out what I want everything to look like in the end. I might need to add some tea-dyed stuff in here too, or we could add some embroidery floss, and that would give us a little bit of color, because some of these have a little bit of color on them. I do love the moons. I'm really into those right now, so you know, they're always an option too. Oops, it looks like I had a little malfunction there. This might be like an easy cluster, just like these two together. Because I kind of like that. You know, and also like using using the pieces to make it bigger. So this is our base, right? But we're making it bigger by kind of putting it on the edge there. And I have a little piece of this stuff, which is like more of that lace. And then I can cut that if I need to. Okay, so I probably don't need that there right now. I love this antiquity sign. I think this is the third one I've printed. But, you know, I don't see the problem with using it, like, you know, as many times as you like. I don't know if this will go in my journal. I did print out I did do one dark butterfly, just in case it went with what we were doing. And I definitely want to use this one. So, all right, let me think here. I should probably also take a quick look in my journal. Like, I'm not sure. I do have these really colorful pages coming up. Because I have this really, like, super bright pink, linen strips here, or it's some kind of fabric strip there that I'd like to use. So I could definitely make use of it in my journal. I didn't want to have like a super outlier that didn't work. So. Let me see what I have for a bird here. Let's take this guy here. This is one of the older ones, so we're going to be stamping a little blind here. But I think, should I go more this way? Okay, let's try that. If I don't like it, I can always print another one. So, what did I do? I'm just going to test it first. Oh, now I can just use that too. Because I'm going to need something to catch the side there. I think I'm pretty happy with that. There we go. Okay, so then do I want to put, what else do I want to put on here is my big question. I have this little piece of extremely pretty sequined fabric. Now, I'm not usually one for like this kind of stuff, but I think this might be perfect for my, it brings in a little bit of pink. And I'll just use like a small piece of it. I won't use like a huge piece of it. But I've been dying to use this in something. So this might be my thing. Actually, could I use it like this? I think I could. All right, I'm just going to cut a small piece of it off and use that. It's so pretty. Okay, so I might have to move this because I'm worried about the brown and the pink together. So this might have to go over here. Which would be fine if it does. I mean, I still get to use it, right? I just think it might be too much with both colors in there. I knew all of this masterboard stuff would come in handy. I think we should make more. Does that have enough pink in it? Let's see. I felt like I had so many butterflies to start with, but I guess I didn't. I do have this one here. Because I changed the scale of this, I could use a bigger butterfly. Okay, that needs something else, but like I'm gonna start trying to organize my stuff because I want to make sure that we have enough time to do the other project too. Do that. There. Okay. That one there. It's kind of cool to like put these little messages on the postcards because it's kind of like, you know, postcards are for messages and that's what we're putting on there. Okay, I fast forwarded you through the, like, all the gluing and stuff because, you know, that's the part that, like, takes the longest. So, and my dogs were not behaving themselves, so I didn't figure you wanted to listen to Pickle getting upset. So, anyway, these are the 4 that I ended up with. This one ended up more elaborate than I thought it would be, but, you know, sometimes that just happens, and you just gotta go with whatever. I don't want all these to be the same length here. Whatever happens. So, I'm hoping I'm going to be able to fray the ends of those, but once we put them in. But before we do anything else, I thought we would make a little book out of one of our postcards. So there's 2 big postcards in there. So I thought one of them we would use for a pocket, and one of them we could make the little book out of. So I went ahead and pulled out some paper out of my drawer, and I did cut it so that it was like, this is about 3.5, these are about 3.5 inches. And this is like, I think close to 4 printed. That's just mine though, so just make sure you check. It doesn't matter if the papers, what size the papers are, because I figured this could be like a raggy little book. I'm going to sew it with the embroidery thread, but if you would rather use like a hinge binding or something, you totally go for that. Just whatever works for you, or you don't even have to do this at all. Let's be honest about that. So I'm just going to fold all these guys in half, and I want to kind of, this one has a natural fold right here. I'm not sure if I can, I might use it. And then I have this one here, which is an old music page, which, okay, I'm not sure which way this guy goes. Who knows? Okay, so we'll put him like that. Okay, and then I want to just kind of take a look at them and decide how I want them in the book, and like at what lengths, and what do I want to fold and all that. So I'm going to pile these up just like I would make a normal signature. This is not like, you know, this is not life or death here, so we don't have to worry about anything really. What I would love to do here though is fold this one in and see if it will fit. So then there's a fold out page in there. And these other ones I might cut some of them. Okay, let's see here. What's going over? Okay, let's do, let's see. I think I'm going to cut my vellum so it just fits in here. Actually, I should use different scissors for that. Because I want that to just fit in there. Try this one. And these guys we can fold in and make pockets like that. Okay, so those 2 we're good on. This one we're good on. I think I'm going to trim this one too, because it's not very thick. Okay. All those decisions are made. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and nest these all back together again. And do I want to do it like that? Actually, yeah, I do. Okay. All right. I change my mind all the time. It's sticking out a little tiny bit, but that should be okay. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and use this same embroidery thread that I used before for to tie on there. And I'm just going to sew this together pretty simply. because it's so small. I just have to get the thread through the needle. Okay. All right, let me just get that. And I just need like a pokey tool. So I'm just gonna grab this here. That's my middle. Okay, so I'm just gonna hold this like this, open up. I'm gonna clip it on this side, and then I'm just gonna poke my holes. One in the middle. This does not want to go through. And then one on either end. It doesn't have to be exact, you know, because it's like a little mini book that we're just gonna stick in a pocket. Okay. Open that up. I'm going to move that out of the way because it was getting in my way here. Okay, so you just have to decide if you want to tie it in the back or on the inside before you, so you know, depending on which side you're going to start on. I'm going to tie mine on the inside, so I started on the inside. Oops. And just come up on the opposite side there. I just did a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. If you want to, you can do just like 2 holes and tie it together because it's such a small book. I got way too much thread. Okay, there we go. I'm going to leave it long in case I decide to add something to it. Okay. I'm going to fold that in. Okay, and now I'm going to go to my music pages, and I'm just going to glue those side pockets down. These are very, very fragile. You have to be careful with those. Okay. Okay, look at that. We got our cute little postcard book. We need some stamps. I have a really struggle with stamps and printables because they're so hard to cut out and make look good. So like sometimes I think that it's better to just get like a punch and punch them out, you know, instead of like putting them into the printables. And, you know, I have no idea how anyone would cut that out without, like, you know, if you had a scan and cut or something, you could probably do it. Okay, here's this. Okay, so I'm going to get my journal. Yikes, what the hell did I do with it? Okay, we have a bunch of stuff to put in here now, okay? So let's see what we got here. Okay, this definitely is going to live on this page. I am going to paper clip these guys in initially because I'm not sure I'm done decorating this page yet. I think it could probably use, you know, some other stuff on it. So I'm going to paper clip this on here for right now. Because also this could also go, okay, so, because I wanted a cluster for this page, so, and this is going to probably be it, but the background's kind of plain, so I'm probably going to want to add something to that. Okay, so the other thing is, let's going to take my little band off here. I just want to take a quick, these beginning pages are pretty full, but I kind of wanted to put this one in the front. Oh my gosh, is a journal ever really done? So it's hard to say. Okay, so I'm just going to put that there for right now because I'm trying it out. It would also go good right there. Although, you know what? Okay, so I've got this here. This would be good at the beginning of the journal. See what's on the back of that? Okay. This does not have anything on it. This could be a good candidate for this. Okay, so I'll put that on there. Okay, and now let's do another pocket in here for the little mini book. I want to do something here too. Okay, so I can't forget about that. I'm feeling like it might be here. Because if I put this, I'm going to have to trim this just a little bit. But if I put this here for my mini book, I'm going to even make it, I'm going to need something else. Unless, okay, so what I could do is put this pocket here. I like this, you know, I think this looks good together, but I might make some switches around with ephemera because I may put this little book in here. I kind of like the idea of this being in a tuck spot. So I'm not going to put this in this pocket after all. See, I'm always changing my mind. Okay, so I'm going to trim this down just a little bit so that it fits. Let's see here. Might have been more prudent to use a, okay. To use the paper cutter, but I still need a little bit more off of there. I like that this already has the stamp on it. That's a little bonus. And that is not straight. Okay, it's slightly crooked, but I think I can make it work. Okay, so I'm going to add this on this edge here. I'm going to glue it on two sides only because I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to put in it. And I think it should be okay if I do that. I hope you guys can see this okay. I'm sorry that it's so fat that it is popping up on that one side. Once this side, well, actually, once this side is full, it'll probably be like this, but okay. Okay, so I still have this guy here as well. All right, so I'll let that dry. I'm just gonna put that on there so it doesn't move. And then I'm just gonna go back through here a little bit. I wonder if I should add it into this one. Oh, you know what? I did take some of these tags out to debulk this, which is why this looks kind of empty. Okay. I was just trying, I took some of the ephemera out just to try to help with the fatness of the whole situation. Okay. It is a butterfly page. You know, this doesn't necessarily match this that great, but it would be nice to put one of these on this page. Because I have these. Unless we put it over here, what do we think about that? Or do we think, or do we not think? Okay, can you please vote in the comments if I should put it on this glassine page or if I should find a new home for it? Okay, so I'm going to pin this right here and then I can come back to it. And you guys can let me know what you think. All right, here we go. So we're looking pretty good for today, I think. Okay, well, I hope you guys made a little mini book with me. This is super adorable. I love a mini book. There's still more to be done, obviously. This was day 18, which was Postcard. Tomorrow is Tunnel, so that should be interesting to see what we do for that. Thank you for joining me. If you could please like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys back here tomorrow for another Junk Journal July video.